AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of Three Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Faith Overseer University.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the Three
Man Weave. Yup. Welcome to the pod after the pod, because apparently we got caught up podding and the show wasn't even started. But we back again with another episode of the Three Man Weave podcast. This is episode 244. And we about to be at 250.
250.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
We running through them. We running through them things.
Absolutely.
But I am your host, AJ. As you see there, Mr. Williams 21. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe this video, like and subscribe to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
So that little thumbs up button right there, make sure you hit it. You know, as y'all start to trickle in, hit that thumbs up button. Who I got with me today?
Y'all already know who it is. Your boy Hill, and he'll go here regardless, baby. Let's get it. Impact Rally, I trust. Man, people are really mad at me, bro, about that, man.
Like, hey, man, before we get into it, tell them where they can find us.
Catch us all major podcast platforms, 3 Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3 Man Weave _ You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Let's get it. Bro, ain't no way this the same Heat we played in as kids, bro.
Oh, hey, man, look.
Ain't no way, bro.
I didn't move further down south since my childhood days. And, you know, like I said, I done lived in L.A. Hot. Mm-hmm. I done lived in Florida. Hot. Now I'm in Charlotte. Hot. And it's global warming. Everywhere I done moved, it's gotten progressively hotter, and global warming has progressively gotten worse because the ozone has progressively gotten thinner. Hey, man, send me to the house. That's why I stay in the house.
Bro, it's wild because it's like I was an outside kid. Yo, like,
me too, bro. I played the summerest of summer sports. I played baseball, dog. Like,
did play baseball, man. But it's like I said, my neighborhood had kids. Like, I had a whole bunch.
Yeah.
We had kids that we, like, you know what I'm saying?
And we was all the same age.
So we went outside, bro. Like, I remember, like, I don't remember us going in. Like, we might have went in and got a couple snacks and stuff and all that. But, like, we was literally outside, like, all day. Now, I give myself, my neighborhood, like, some grace. My basketball court had some shade.
Oh, you
so
lucky.
maybe
we were straight on we were straight on asphalt.
You know what I'm saying? But that's if I stayed in my neighborhood. It was other spots that we hooped
mm-hmm.
at that ain't have no shade. Let's get it twisted. So, and like, we was outside. Like, so I'm like, this is crazy. Either our parents should have been in jail, or the heat is just different, bro.
Bro, imagine walking outside in the heat that you felt today and not letting the water hose fully run so you don't get no cold water from it. That first couple seconds of hot ass hose water. That's enough to just say, hey, I'm going on to glory. Like, I can't do it. No, I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Oh, man. But shout out I don't know about you. We had Iceberg Lady. Like you say, I'm definitely I'm missing her right now, man. Because if that's the case, we definitely made that walk to the Iceberg Lady. You know what I'm saying? Got us the iceberg and did our thing. Did y'all call them icebergs?
We call them. We called them. It was either icy, like the little freeze cups, snow cones, or little icy cups.
Snow cones is actually different though. Like snow
cones. Yeah. But
we went somewhere and
but we called them snow cones because it was like, hey, this is what we trying to emulate, kind of thing. So it's kind of, you know what I mean.
Hold on, I gotta answer this FaceTime. My girls is on vacation.
All right. Go ahead, put it on mute. I'll go ahead and do it. So yeah, so it was definitely all kinds of things. You had the icy ladies, like my guy Jaquise just said here. We had plenty of names, but at the end of the day, I started doing the stuff on my own. I put the Kool-Aid in the cup, put it in the freezer early in the morning. You know what I mean? Get ready to go outside, do whatever. Usually first thing, in the afternoon, either my boy Hot, my boy Toom, or my boy Clarence come to the door, and we outside. We either hooping in the street, playing baseball in the street, or playing football. And then go back in the house, put that cup of Kool-Aid, get that cup of Kool-Aid out the freezer, squeeze it, turn the joint upside down, take the spoon. That's how you get the icy.
Yeah.
So I stopped going to the ice lady. We just started making them ourselves.
People that didn't use the spoon, man, I always looked at them a little different. Like,
you can't have teeth no more, bro. You got it, bro. If you was eating the ice, if you was raw biting that icy as a kid, you gotta use Sensodyne right now. Because that shit, bro, thinking about that right now sends a chill down my spine. Just bite the whole bottom of the icy. Just
yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
Yo, that's another thing. Some of y'all was really built different.
Yes.
Some bro, did you have anybody that you grew up with that would literally take the blow pop out the wrapper and bite it immediately?
Those kids was them kids,
the silver teeth kids.
Yeah,
the silver teeth kids. Because how the hell, bro? You the owl from the Tootsie Pop commercial. Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with you?
Let you know right now, me as a kid right there today, that's when I learned. I'm like, okay, you don't need to be around him a little bit too.
Hey,
get away from that.
He come to school smelling like syrup, got them silver teeth.
Yeah.
Hey, you's a troublemaker.
Let him know something different.
You's a troublemaker.
All right, man. We had we missed a week, if they had some things go off, and so we got a long list that we got to get to. We go ahead. I'm sorry,
because I want to get your reaction live because we didn't talk about it, and you think I'd be reaching.
All right, let's go.
Is this a sore loser ass post, bro?
I can't even read the caption, bro.
Well, first, his shirt says "Rap is a joke." And then it says the pressure from being on top does more than just make your ears pop. But I have an issue with the rap is a joke shirt. But I want to ask your opinion. Do you think this is a sore loser post?
Yeah, it's a sore loser post. I think it's a sore loser post. The fact that, like I say, rap is a joke. Why all of a sudden, why is rap a joke now? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a joke a month ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm confused on why you would think rap is a joke. So that's throwing me off right there. Your caption is your caption. I ain't even, the pressure. I can't defend this. That
literally came right after Trump got shot in the ear. So that's kind of weird also, but
I mean, but he never really been political anyway, so I don't really know. I don't even know whose side he would be on. Or do we even care because he's Canadian? So it's like,
of course. But
I'm pretty sure he's a citizen now, probably can vote, whatever. It's cool. But it's
he
like,
ain't no citizen.
All right, yeah. So I don't really, I don't care about his political views or whatever he got going on. Rap is a joke. Is what like?
But see, the thing is, having that shirt saying rap is a joke, it's literally giving more credence to everything that was said about you in all of these diss records. You're only here for your benefit because all of a sudden now rap is a joke when you actually got in the ring with someone that has been saying this is your biggest, adversary. You know what I'm saying? And he's done it strictly off the artistry. And so now all of a sudden rap is a joke. To me, it's just like, you've done everything wrong in this battle, and now it's like you still continue to do it, and it's almost like you're trying to troll yourself, but it's not working. It's like the whole self denigration type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he went bowling and had 69 God or whatever. But it's not really working. Just come back with a slap, dog. Come back with a slap.
And I think that's the problem. I think the problem now is he don't have a real one on his team. Now is the point. You can tell how he was going about the battle, that he had a whole bunch of yes men on his side.
Yep.
Now it's more so. It's time to have that real conversation with your mans. It's like, hey, look, bro, you gotta come at this a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're not done. It ain't, you know what I'm saying?
It's not over.
Ain't over.
It's not over.
We ain't saying that, but a
people
lot of
still
things,
defending you, dog.
A lot of things that you did or were doing, you can't do no more. You got to start moving a little different. And things like this, you can't do. You know what I'm saying? Nah, rap is a joke. Nah.
Because to me, why are you like, you can't say rap is a joke when literally that's what, like, it is what got you here. Not strictly, but all this like Camila Cabello stuff and all that, all that stuff. You wasn't doing that for some years. You were singing and rapping. You didn't cross over yet into these other genres. You may have gotten widespread pop appeal, but you as an artist, you hadn't crossed over to the Jamaican accent. You didn't cross over to the London accent and the island, other island accents and doing dance music and stuff like that. You were one of like people that was like, oh, he's a singer and a rapper. He's a great artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's all of a sudden after the back and forth between him and Kendrick to wear a shirt that says rap is a joke. And you always, use like your like mob ties and like stay scheming those rap records that you dropped to say it's a joke. Why it's a joke now?
Bro,
why it's a joke now?
Bro, if you lit, bro, think about, go listen to Common response to the beef on the Breakfast Club. Common is somebody that had a beef with Drake.
The Stay Scheming verse was about Drake. I mean, Common.
Yeah, he gave him the utmost respect doing this beef. That's somebody that didn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He gave him the utmost respect and gave him credit for rapping. You feel what I'm saying? He was like, he didn't lay down. He lost, but he didn't lay down. He gave you quality rap. And he's somebody that said himself, yo, this may be the best beef of all time.
All time.
And he's been in he has one of the best I don't know what you rank his diss track, but Common has a diss track that goes into that can't be erased from the record books. Let's say that.
It's definitely going to be in, like, it's always going to be in rap history. But my thing is, Drake, how, like, when you did the same stuff against Meek Mill, rap wasn't a joke then, right? You get what I'm saying?
This is what a lot of people can't handle. You can't pull a you on you. You know what I'm saying? Some people, some of the best trolls are the best trolls, but you can't troll them. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, you should be able to dish out. You should be able to take what you should dish out. That should be how it's done. But we all know that ain't how it always is. Like it is what it is, man. Some people just can't.
They can't handle it. And I would say I'm a pretty decent troll.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what also makes me a good troll? Is when people troll me.
You take it.
I take it.
Pause.
Yeah, definitely pause. But it's like, okay, cool. And then I go right back. And to me, this is where I think Drake is really falling short. Because like I said before, this at the end of the day isn't really it wasn't like a loser situation for Drake. Yes, he didn't win this battle, he didn't lose because guess like I said before, his core fan base is going to be there regardless. And guess what? They still there.
This is the thing though. Like, I don't know if he thinks that way. He should think that, right? But in far as rap terms, most of the time, when you lose a beef, your career normally goes away with it. It's very rare that people overcome certain beef. Let's just say that.
So let me say this. I agree he lost. But what I'm saying,
we all know he lost.
Yeah, we all know he lost. I've been said he lost. But what I'm saying is he didn't lose his fans. And so Jaquise, we had this conversation. We talked we discussed what type of record Drake should come back with. It's not that he can't do anything right now. Drake can still do whatever he wants because guess what? His core fan base is always going to be there. And he can win them back. And again, that's another reason why I said, hey, bro, if you make a hot summer record, do something for the ladies. Like, hey, it is what it is. But what you can't do is just do stuff like this. Rap is a joke.
Yeah, that's what you can't do, man.
That's what you can't do because you're never going to rap again. Because if you rap again and rap as a joke, then I got some questions.
Then you really got your ass whooped. Now it changes everything.
Exactly.
Keep changing with the times. I just like I said, man. You don't have it. It all depends on who you have in your corner. And at this point, now you need a real one in your corner. Like, hey, look, bro, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Well, tell Baca to stop making TikToks. It's like that.
Baca doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Don't say nothing because he took an L on this one too.
Boy, didn't say nothing and it got exposed.
Yeah, so hold on, bro. Like, hold on, dog. Oh man, so we missed. Like I said, we took a break last week, and the NBA, was doing still making moves.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go about it differently. We kind of go about it a similar way on how we addressed free agency the last time. Winners and losers. So I'm gonna go through the teams. You got the teams. Atlanta Hawks ain't really make no moves, so ain't no need to stay on them long. You know what I'm saying? They did make a trade with DeJounte Murray. From that aspect, we don't need to talk about the Hawks. We need to wait till we get to the Pelicans and discuss that.
Yeah, but I will say maybe this is one of those addition by subtraction things. Maybe, I don't know.
What you can say is, okay, they took a shot. They tried to do some, trade Trae Young and John Collins. They reached their ceiling with that. So they tried to make a move to DeJounte Murray. Try to do something different. It didn't work. And before it got worse, they aborted mission. I get it. They still got Trae Young. Trae Young is still one of them ones, despite despite his negative aura around him.
Right.
He's still one of them ones. They still can compete in the East because it's the East. It's just, I don't know. They didn't get better.
They didn't get better. But maybe things could open up.
Yeah. The Celtics ran it back. They don't care about nothing.
Yeah, I know you was fair. I mean, I know you was a fan of that.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Are you talking about Jaquise?
Yeah, I know. I about to say I know Jaquise is a fan of that.
Absolutely. I mean, you won. It's nothing to run it back, and then if they don't win it again, I guarantee some changes will be made. You know what I'm saying? Because we can discuss some things. I don't know how the Nets got an A on this, but they're blowing it up. They do got Bond.
I was say maybe that's kind of how they got an A. It's just like, all right, you knew it was time to do a reset, try and just acquire assets. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but they're not done. Cam Johnson's still gonna be on the block. Dorian Finney-Smith still gonna be on the block. Bojan Bogdanovic, I know for sure he's going to be on the block. So they're not done. They're clearly taking. So
right.
If you're a Nets fan, your expectations are very low. This year is just to tank as best as possible, and hopefully Cam Thomas can continue ascending as a scorer. That's all you can hope for.
Yeah, that's all you can hope for. Yeah.
I personally don't know how the Celtics got to see.
Hornets.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, the Hornets. They're a sneaky playoff team. And I'm not just saying that just because they're in the East. I'm saying that if you look at their roster on paper, you got a Reggie Jackson to come off the bench. LaMelo, if he can stay healthy. We've seen what Brandon Miller can do. They brought back Miles Bridges. I forgot the center name, but I think it's Nick Richards. He's one of those athletic Hassan Whiteside type of bigs. You know what I'm saying? So you went and got Josh Green from the Mavericks, 3-and-D type of player that can fit right into the starting lineup and fits perfectly. You brought back Steph Curry. They still got Grant Williams, and when Grant Williams got there, he actually played like the Celtics Grant Williams.
Yeah,
like,
it seemed like he fit right in.
So all the players that I just named, like that's a team, right? Like,
yeah, it's definitely solid.
And like I said, I don't want to just say they're not a contender. They can compete. This would be the year. If the Hornets don't do nothing this year, barring injury, let me say that, barring injury, then they never going to do anything. Like,
I can agree with that.
This LaMelo thing, like he's been in the league long enough. He already got paid. Like I said, I get it's gonna be Brandon Miller's second year, but like if they don't, bro, being a play-in team should be the bare minimum. Maybe I'm asking for too much. But am I?
First year head coach. Who knows?
Bro.
Who knows?
Paper for paper. Is that roster better than the Heat?
Paper for paper. But Spo. Organizational stability. Continuity. You know what I'm saying? So
and always an A seed.
Right.
All right.
But come playoff game, you got Spo.
Whoa. In a playoff series, I know who I'm taking.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You said if this is a play-in, if you like what I'm saying is if it's a play-in team, the Heat could very easily knock them out of the play-in. That's all I'm saying.
The Hawks was in the play-in last year too, right?
Yeah.
Paper for paper. All right. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying getting past that.
I know what the Bulls taking.
Yeah. So again, that's what I was gonna say. The only reason they should get a B+ is if you're giving them props for tanking.
And I am. They finally embracing it. Embracing it.
Then we on the same page.
They don't have a trade.
He got a weird case though. Why is he around?
I mean, he needed a fresh start. That was a terrible last year. However you want to look at it, with his case and how the fit of the team he didn't fit all of a sudden. When they got good, all of a sudden he got bad on that team. So
of course, strictly
basketball. So he definitely needed to be freed up. And with the subtractions in Chicago, should be all right.
And again, when you're tanking, sometimes he might just get a little more of a green light, and he ain't got to necessarily play within structure. So who knows?
The Cleveland Cavaliers. Can we talk about them for a while?
I'm with it.
They pretty much bringing the team back. The notable losses are Marcus Morris, Isaac Oracle. He's a restricted free agent, I believe. Tristan Thompson, right? That's
Let
fine.
Tristan Thompson go cheat in peace, dog.
No. Everybody keeps bothering him.
Leave him alone.
Let him be. But I want to ask you, bro. You paid Donovan Mitchell, rightfully so.
Right.
Darius Garland is, he didn't request he rescinded the trade request rumor.
Right. Well, let's say he debunked the rumor.
Okay, cool. That's a better word. They still got Jared Allen. Still got Evan Mobley. They still have this team, but last year, year before last, when Donovan Mitchell got there, they was a third seed. They failed in the playoffs, but that was their first year together. This year, they hunkered down. They still with that 4 and 5 seed, whatever. But this is a high-priced roster.
Yeah.
This is a high-priced roster, and we don't believe in them as a contender. We don't think
this roster. You shouldn't be paying this much for a team that can only get one game in the conference semis. I don't care if you're going against the eventual champs. You need more than one game, especially when that team is known to give a thought game. You need to, like, to me, you need to be a little bit more competitive and push them a little bit more for what you're paying,
for what
you're bringing back.
For what you're paying and bringing back, absolutely. I don't think they're better than the Celtics. I don't think they're better than the Knicks. I don't think they're better than the Sixers. I don't think they're better than the Pacers.
Are they better than the Bucks?
I don't think they're better than the Bucks. The Bucks improved actually.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to bring them up just yet, but
I forgot. I'm glad you said it because I forgot. Those are 5 teams, bro. And the amount of money that you're paying this team, come on, bro. Like even matchups, maybe you get a series with the Bucks, y'all can figure it out, because you match up very well with them. But that's it.
But this ain't a team that you want to. To me,
you're not paying this team to match up.
You're not paying this team.
You're paying them to contend.
Right. You're paying like this is a contending amount. Like this is a contending payroll. That's the word I want to use. This is a contending payroll.
But the weird part about it, I don't think they don't have no other choice. I don't think trading Darius Garland gets them warrants of return that makes them better. I don't think them trading a Jared Allen warrants of return that makes them better. I think they have to hope Kenny Atkinson can make them better.
Does the Darius Garland and let me choose my words wisely because does a Darius Garland trade and Jared Allen trade bring you back the requisite pieces that would help?
I know it's
because in a vacuum, I get what you're saying,
and I get it. And on the same token, I don't want to sound like a cop out, but I would have to see what they get back. But I really
respect that. No, I respect that. I respect that because you can't really predict the future. It would it would just
don't tell me that Darius specifically. Don't tell me that Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell can't work because their first year they worked very well. Just because this year that I think Spider got hurt and things didn't click at some point. But don't tell me that all of a sudden you got to just blow that up. Like, nah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to get rid of that. I'm not saying I don't see a trade package that can make them better. Now, I mean, yeah, I don't see that. I see that they can just hope that Kenny Atkinson can make it better. You can hope. And hope is not a strategy. But
that is definitely not a strategy.
The one thing that I can see them breaking up the Jared Allen and Evan Mobley relationship because that doesn't fit.
Yeah, and to me, you can like Dane said, the Cavs can't score. So if you can, I understand that. But what I'm saying is you have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Maybe because I can't remember the pairing, but maybe if you move one of those two, you can possibly get a couple pieces back that can provide like maybe somebody give you a 3-and-D option, stuff like that. And maybe it kind of helps and you can build some depth also from that trade. But it's like you're saying, what can you really field from just this one player type thing?
Well, based off his contract, you could get some depth pieces. But the thing about it is Jared Allen is coming off bad rep. I'm not saying bad play. He got smart on his rep right now.
Right. So that's why I said maybe Evan Mobley. Or maybe I didn't say that out loud.
I'm not trading him.
I know. I wouldn't either. But I'm saying maybe because of the defense and all of that, and you can get depth and scoring.
I think that's the problem. I think that Jared Allen is in his way from him ascending to what his draft status said he should be.
Of course. I can agree with that.
They have a dilemma because they have a decision to make about paying him. They're in a tough spot because it's some things that they could do. Could they get better? Could they get different? Let's say that. Could they get different?
Different,
and
yeah.
and we'll see. You can judge it when it actually happened. I know it sounds like a cop out. Did we talk about the Mavericks when they got Clay? I think we did.
Yeah, I think so.
They got Clay early. Yeah, we no need to touch, stay on them. We know what they are. Matter of fact, we did touch it. I didn't say. I think we had them in the I think I had them in the Western Conference Finals against the Timberwolves.
Yes, you did. You did
against the Thunder. So yeah, we good on the Mavericks. Great job in the offseason. They got some pieces. Yeah, I like it. I'm so glad we're here. How the hell did they get a B minus?
B plus. I mean a B minus, yeah.
Or whatever, a passing grade. Bro, they are my losers for the offseason.
What did they do?
And that's my point. And I know I text you and I said who are our winners and losers. This is my loser. And I know it's easy for us to say the Heat and the Lakers. We taking them out the picture. That's low hanging fruit.
This is who I came up. This is one of the teams I came up with when you said I couldn't say the Heat or the Lakers, because I was about to say that strictly to piss you off, but obviously you knew where I was going to go with that.
Bro, they lose KCP. You could think whatever you want about KCP. KCP was a great fit for the Nuggets.
I just seen Dario Saric get knocked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what happened to Tim Anderson when he got knocked out?
He never recovered, bro.
What about Jose Bautista, where Roughneck Odor knocked his ass out?
Knocked the sonic rings out of both.
One of the Morris brothers when Jokic broke his neck.
That got whiplash off a push. That's crazy.
Has he been the same?
No.
So hey,
but my thing about it is they got worse on purpose. I've never this is one of those things. If you're a Nuggets fan, you should be frustrated, bro. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Jokic in his prime?
Yeah.
All right. Jamal Murray in his prime?
Absolutely.
All right. So you
missed Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr.
I know, and I specifically didn't mention those people. But I understand what you're saying. My thing about it is Jokic is one of the best players in the league. You're not getting past 3 when it comes to Jokic. Wherever you have him ranked, you're not going to get it past 3 when it comes to Jokic as one of the best players in the league. You don't purposely just let your team get worse and send him out there if championships are your number one goal. To me, what it says, we got one. We cool.
Yeah.
You let Bruce Brown go. Bruce Brown, you couldn't afford. You didn't have his bird rights, so he went and got paid. You couldn't afford to keep him. I get it. You had KCP's bird rights. You could have paid.
You could have easily kept him. Yeah.
Could have easily kept him, and you could have paid the luxury tap, bro. We know you own 4 teams, bro. We know you got money.
How many, bro? Exactly, and that was about to be my next point. I'm glad you brought that up of him owning 4 teams. How many owners have we seen be like, hey, for a championship contender, I'll pay the luxury tax. For a championship contender, I'll go in the apron. For a championship contender, I'll shell out the money to continue this. That's why the Warriors were able to do what they were doing. Shit, fucking Matt Ishbia, when he came in and bought the Suns, he was like, hey, I want to get this team back to the finals and win it. I'll go into the apron to try and get back there and do this. Why all of a sudden, bro, I'm a multi-billionaire and I'm pinching pennies.
Bro, the Celtics,
and nobody's talking about that.
The Celtics didn't win it till they got to the luxury, bro.
Exactly.
All those teams that they had, those teams that they was consistently going to the conference finals with, they wasn't a luxury tax team. If you want to be technical, it wasn't a luxury tax team. It wasn't getting paid.
And guess what? They went and did it.
And now they got whatever.
Went and got Derek White. Went and got Drew Holiday. Paid Jason Tatum. Porzingis. Paid Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, when you on the doorstep, knock that bitch down. Once you and the Celtics did this, we got one. All right, let's go get another one.
You cannot consistently in today's NBA. You cannot consistently win without being in the luxury tax. I'm not saying that for you to recklessly spend money, but your team gonna have to be in the luxury tax. Meaning you're in the because if you're in the luxury tax, I mean you got some good players.
You're gonna have to be at least on
your,
one of them aprons. You either got good players or bad contracts.
And cool. So for them just to bank on Christian Brown, he showed you who he was. You thought he was going to elevate us to the Bruce Brown role, and did he do that last year?
Nope.
Cool, but think about it. They got to the playoffs and had a 6-7 man rotation. I understand that most teams already shortened their rotation, but 7-man rotation, a 6-man rotation against the Timberwolves. You got away with it against the Lakers because you were just a better team than the Lakers. They don't match up with you. But you went to a 6-man rotation.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Playing Jokic the whole game.
Exactly, and that's what I was about to say. The jokes have been made about Jokic and Luka. Their physique.
Yeah,
physique. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I'm sorry if I'm not playing Jokic 48 minutes in the regular season. Why am I not doing that when I'm in a series? Why am I gonna do that now when I'm in a series and I need him? Like, fatigue is a thing. Like, did they not know that? Like, people have been talking about Tibbs for how many years? Fatigue is a thing. Why are you going to be playing this man all these minutes and thinking, oh yeah, he be all right, he a champion? No, let him sit down, and then when it comes time, to really close shit out, let your closer be fresh.
Who has the injury history on that team?
Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr.
Exactly. So now you don't have any people. You don't really have people that who's the backup. Now I get it. The talk. The foregone conclusion is they're going to get Russell Westbrook, and you can think whatever you want to think about Russ. They need him off the bench, and Russ off the bench on that team is definitely going to be good because he can do Russ things with the second unit. You see the second unit going to be Jaron Holmes, a rookie, Dario Saric, like you just said, Julian Strauster. You know what I'm saying? A couple more people.
Because my thing is, hey, why you only playing 6 people? And Michael Porter Jr. had a worse offseason than the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, bro was going through it.
Going awful. But, I mean, at least it's nasty. They're going to be a good regular season team because Mike Malone is a good coach and they have Jokic. You know what I'm saying?
Mike Malone talk about the Lakers this offseason?
Nah, he ain't say a word. We ain't heard from him. We ain't heard from him at all. I know,
that's
right?
Crazy.
But yeah, that's crazy. He ain't said nothing. He ain't had nothing to say, right?
If you want to troll, you can roll.
They are classic line. They are a Jamal Murray injury away from something.
Missing the playoffs.
So I'm saying, but I'm gonna give them the grace because they have one of the best players in the league, and when you have one of the best players, you're going to be in regular season contention. But the playoffs, depending on the matchup, they can have a similar misfortune like they had last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost in the first round.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they just, they didn't make it out the second round.
Bro, we know we've talked about the West.
Yeah. The West is tough, but the West is also a matchup. For sure.
West, I mean, everything is a matchup, but even if they get the right matchup, they can, depending on how it goes, because some of the teams that we felt like, hey, the Nuggets is a matchup for them, they might match up well for, they might give them some problems.
Man.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Moving on, the Pistons got a B. Bleacher Report. This is from Bleacher Report too, by the way. So don't get on that. They got a B. Kate Cunningham got his max. Cool. I understand, but they did get some adults in the room. Let's say that. Tobias Harris.
Here's my
Beasley,
thing.
Tim Hardaway.
This is why I can see them getting a B.
As I'm starting to say these names out with the players that they already have.
Yeah. Because remember
Jaden Ivey, yeah.
Remember when I joked last episode, or maybe this was in person, about Tobias Harris on the team with no expectations. He might be back to giving you 20. That's solid. That's a solid rotation. You can go at least 7-8 deep. Pause.
This is my problem now. This is that
why Monty, you couldn't do that when Monty was there.
No, I get why they didn't do it with Monty. You know what I'm saying? But they also tried to get Zach LaVine, and Zach LaVine just took his injury to the max and like, yeah, I'm hurt. I'm not going there.
Yeah, I ain't going to Detroit and shit.
So I get it, but once again, I get it. He did do a worse job than the previous coach, but now you got him adults in the room. You got him a team that he can actually coach. You didn't upgrade, and there wasn't an upgrade in sight anyway. So I didn't understand why you desperately paid him from the beginning, and you just overly just in a rush fired him just to get Bernie Bickerstaff.
Yeah.
Even though we felt that he was wrongly fired in Cleveland. I mean, but somebody had to go with all the turmoil that they had as well. We'll see. But they do have adults in the room with a Cade Cunningham. So they could be a fringe playing. I went. All right. Thank you.
Relax.
Thank you.
Relax.
Thank you. That's why you're here.
Relax.
That's why we here. You know. Thank you.
Just wanted to make sure.
Golden State started off having a horrible offseason, losing Clay, and then they recovered very well.
Yeah.
You know, getting a DeAnthony Melton, getting a Kyle Anderson, and you was a fan of that.
Yeah.
Before any of the moves, getting a Buddy Hield,
another shooter.
You know,
the Splash Buddies.
To me, they're still the same exact team that they were last year. A playing team.
I was gonna say, I don't think that this is a championship offseason. I do think it's a keep it afloat offseason, though.
That's exactly what it is.
It's a keep it afloat offseason. And when you have Steph and all he's done for that organization, I can respect that, where it's like, at least keep him in competition, not necessarily contention, but keep him in competition.
Because he's still playing at a level. He's still playing at a level that if things click, it can, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you one of them, just like they won that championship.
I'm about to say, fuck around, get hot.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody shows up with him, like Andrew Wiggins that year, you know what I'm saying? If somebody shows, if Buddy Hield is, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, I'm saying somebody.
Because you put Buddy Hield in that with that gravity that Steph gets, and now Buddy Hield just out here getting shots that Clay would get, some of those wide open, just running off screen stuff. You might have a problem. And Buddy Hield can dribble.
You also got to think about the emergence of Kuminga, what he was doing.
Yeah.
Brandon Bukowski, how he got inserted to the starting lineup. Like I said, like you said, they're not contention.
It's competition.
And I like it. Depending on the matchup, though. Hey, they could match up with a team, and a team might not match up with them. You feel what I'm saying?
Of course.
Rockets, man. I think the Rockets dodged the bullet.
Why you say that?
I think based off a lot of the things that they was talking, how they were wanting to go get a vet, they was trying to jumpstart something. They was trying
to put too much dip on their chip.
Exactly.
Sometimes you gotta actually let the rebuild. You feel me?
And I think they got a lot of young pieces that can just, if they can just click and they can just ascend, they could be like the Grizzlies when the Grizzlies came out of nowhere, when the light bulb went off for everybody. You was like, oh, these young kids is ready.
Yeah.
Like I said, understand,
and Reed Shepherd looking like he all right.
Reed Shepherd is definitely looking like something. That's the thing. I'm not gonna go on a tangent, but that's exactly what the coverage should be focusing on Summer League. Somebody that's actually showing up and balling. You want to tell me that there won't nobody in this draft, right? You keep telling me there's nobody. The draft was the weakest class that we've seen in years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you got somebody that's actually balling. Maybe he could get some coverage, and maybe he could be something. Maybe you can get the fans in. Don't worry about it. You stay on the Rockets. Stay on the Rockets. I like what they got going on, man. Reed Shepard, like you said, Fred VanVleet, the vet in the room. Dylan Brooks actually had corny ass, man. Like he one of the wackest people in life.
Yeah, 100%. I gotta read this one because it's on the YouTube channel, and I just remembered to go over there because we got comments over there now because we go live over there. Yeah. Rakia said, "Nah, go there because Sar got Bronny numbers, and ain't nobody talking about that either."
Cause what?
Because Sar he got Bronny numbers, and nobody's talking about that.
She not on the
She's on the YouTube channel. Remember, we in like the YouTube channel comments is different than the StreamYard comments.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
I can't. Oh man, I'm sorry.
You good?
Yeah, he putting them that he's looking nasty.
Yeah,
and Ricochet,
yeah.
What at home? Yeah, he is trash. Cognac. But we don't know. We only know this one person is playing trash, and the one person that we not supposed to be paying attention to.
The one person that was drafted in a spot where, hey, he playing like his draft slot.
He's not supposed to be getting no cut, bro. Outside the Lakers, nobody's supposed to be focused on Bronny, bro. To be quite honest.
But then outside the Lakers, of course, I mean, people gonna focus on the Lakers.
It's not the fact you're focused on who you want them to focus on.
Yeah, because that's the story. Nobody cares about Sar. What team Sar play for? If you just ask the random person,
that's fine, bro. People are getting dunked on in the summer league.
Boy, they getting punched on.
You feel what I'm saying?
Like it's so much that you could talk about from the summer league for real.
But you want to highlight a deflection. Shouts out to the Rockets. Like I said, Jalen Green is still one-on-one. Jabari Smith, Eamon Thomas, Cam Whitmore is balling in the summer league, and Alperen Sengun,
yeah, Alperen Sengun.
He out here. He was balling last year. They have a team, bro. They just had to stay the course. They have to be patient, like the Thunder were.
Yeah,
in my opinion, they have to.
They have to be patient, like the Thunder have been, but they also got to, again, like we said, they got to figure out to do those things to get those assets like the Thunder have to really continue to maintain that trajectory.
All right, next team we got the Pacers. Like what the Pacers did. They got James Wiseman. Like we said, we talked about that. They basically brought their team back. Hey, they went to the conference finals, man.
Yeah, I mean,
do I think they overachieved? Yes. Do I think that's gonna give them the sneaky confidence to believe in themselves? Hell yeah. You gotta think before Halliburton's injury last year, the boys was balling.
They was cooking. That Halliburton injury that really did some damage.
That did some damage completely. Clippers. The Clippers did a great pivot from losing Paul George.
And that's what I was about to say. I can't remember the team that we talked about, but I can't remember like how they got a B-. Oh, the Nuggets. How did the Nuggets get a B-, but the Clippers got a D-?
They gave them a D-. Yeah, that's not making any sense to me because the team that they got, like I said, you got a Derrick Jones, you got a Nick Batum, Mo Bamba, Cam Christie, Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr., Derrick Jones, and in spurts of Nick Batum can give you the production of a Paul George departure.
And in the words of the great Bomani Jones, Paul George is a good option as your number 1 or your number 3. When he's your number 2, that's when you got problems. So they got rid of Paul George, and this is really one of those addition by subtraction things, because to me, not only like we talking about Derek Jones and Nick Batum, but let's not forget Terrence Mann is your number 3 now. This is going to allow him to kind of step into that Paul George role, I believe, and really be able to flourish and really come into his own. Because Terrence Mann was really hooping in spurts for them, but he didn't get the consistent minutes that he was playing because of Kawhi, Paul George, and James Harden. And now I think this allows him to really step up and take a bigger role.
Also, don't forget they got Chris Dunn. It's not official yet because he's still trying to work some kinks out with Russell Westbrook and everything. They're trying to make that a sign and trade and everything. But they have a Chris Dunn on their roster, and he's definitely way better than a vet minimum. He can definitely defend. He can play alongside James Harden and everything. But let's not get it twisted. This is the same thing that we said about the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
They were the 5th seed,
right?
They're definitely not going to be the 5th seed. Like I can give them the benefit of doubt, having a Tyronn Lue and pivoting from from Paul George. But at the end of the day, do we believe that Kawhi is going to be healthy?
I mean, he's not right now.
Exactly. They got a healthy season from Kawhi last year. And then once it mattered, what happened? He ended up getting injured again. But the thing about a healthy Kawhi last year, you had a healthy Kawhi last year with a Paul George, with a James Harden. Now you got an older James Harden again, which he played.
I got paid James Harden because didn't he get 2 years, $70 million?
Yeah, I mean, of course he could play his role. He's still gonna be cool and all that. It's just I don't trust Kawhi, and this team still goes how Kawhi goes.
Of course.
So
hopefully you bringing in all these pieces also allows you to kind of load manage Kawhi even more, because again, you have Nick Batum, Derek Jones, Kevin Porter Jr., and Terrence Mann, and Ty Lue. So it's like you got to manage that properly, and like you said, they may not be the 5th seed, but getting the dance to turn on the music.
That's famous words, Cannon. But it's like they don't scare anybody anymore. It's what you're not going to hear that. What if the Clippers can? You're not going to hear that again. Lakers, I don't even know how they got a D+. Okay, but look at their notable addition, bro.
Is that the only team that they've like really added both draft picks?
Yes, bro. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing, bro? They're setting this man up.
Yeah,
they setting this man up, bro. Once again, nobody outside of the Lakers needs to be worried about Bronny James, bro. It's no reason whatsoever. It's no reason.
How many other teams are out there? Do we really know? Oh, that's their 2nd round pick. There's some teams where we don't know their 1st round pick.
You feel what I'm saying? You just had a draft that we ain't know nobody. And I get it. One of the most notable players in the draft was a Bronny James. I get it. But once again, the fluff is over. We're playing the games now. Nobody outside of the Lakers organization should be worried about Bronny. But what they doing is keep putting them in our face. You keep promoting them. You keep giving them all the highlights. And what are people doing? That's giving them validation to get their hate off. They're right as hell. They looking very right.
But again, my thing is, just because Bronny isn't flourishing in this year's summer league, it also doesn't mean that he can't be an NBA player. It doesn't mean that he can't, because Again, he's the 55th overall pick. You know how many 55th overall picks have played in summer league 2 years? Some 3. You get what I'm saying?
Bro, shouts out to, what's her name? Kristen Peck.
Peck.
Peck? Is it Peak or Peck? I can't see it. I said it.
It's Peak. I'm going to say Peak.
Shouts out to Kristen. She works for Yahoo. Shouts out to her. I'm sorry we butchered your name. We'll give you the respect that you deserve because you made a great statement. Summer League matters very little in the grand scheme of things. Yet, this is a very good wake-up call for James and what he needs to develop and work on between now and the start of the season. It already was stated that he's going to spend majority of his time in the G League. We understand that. We understood that he was a developmental project from the jump.
You know,
now, go ahead. Get it off, bro.
My whole issue is we just came off of NFL Comeback Player of the Year award where people were saying, "Oh, DeMar Hamlin shouldn't get it because he barely dressed."
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bronny James had the same thing happen to him that DeMar Hamlin had, cardiac arrest. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now, what you want him like? You want him to come in the summer league and drop 40 a night when he barely got, like, he's barely coming off of that in his college season. These are his first games, and these are pros. These ain't just like these ain't some Drew League dudes that's just, you know, hooping for the summer. These are also dudes that are hooping for their basketball career. And yeah, Bronny hasn't looked like a star NBA player, but guess what? Who knows? Bronny may have never been a star NBA player, but that don't mean that he didn't have the potential to be in the league and be a good rotational player or be a solid player in the NBA. But it's just like, dog. And one thing I can respect is I actually think, all things considered, I think Bronny is handling this shit amazing, and I give him all the respect in the fucking world because he's taking all of this shit in stride, and he's going out there and he's hooping. And you know, his first game, people gave him hella criticism. Second game, he came out, he wasn't gun shy, and he still was out there doing everything he can, trying to, you know, make sure, hey, if I get to my spot or I get my look, I'm gonna go for it. It didn't fall. Guess what? Cool. Next game, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I give Bronny the utmost respect because I know how much pressure it is, not just being LeBron James' son, but now you're getting LeBron James coverage in summer league.
And I didn't want to cut you off at all because everything that you said was absolutely correct. But my problem with not what you said, what is, how do I want to word this? It's the coverage, bro. Like, why is Bronny the one on the billboards in Vegas? I get it. He has a lot of fans in Vegas as well. Like, I get it. He's one of the notable names in Summer League. I get it. Why are all those reporters talking to him after the game? Why are
your number one pick should be on the billboard.
And we don't know where he's at at all. We don't know what he's doing. But my thing is
54 picks later shouldn't be your headliner. That's a problem.
But my thing is that's what they're doing at their services. Like, everything that you said was correct. But let me talk to you about a comparison. Remember how everybody was mad at Caitlin Clark?
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden you just keep giving Caitlin Clark coverage. You just Caitlin Clark coverage. Oh, absolutely. He lost the game, but Caitlin Clark. Why are we doing this with Bronny? What has Bronny done to deserve this coverage? Nothing. So I take it back. So I take when you have a Bronny conversation, it's not a to B conversation. It's a multifaceted conversation that we're going to have. You know what I'm saying? Like you eloquently said, you know, he's coming off a cardiac arrest. he didn't really play at USC. He's trying to get his stride. He's doing what he's doing. He's playing his role. He's getting aggressive, getting more aggressive in each and every game. He's learning. He's developing. We know he's going to be a G League player. Like, we know he wasn't going to be a number one option, scoring option. Like, what is the grading scale? The grading scale is somebody should have been the 55th pick. This is we looking at him. But you're covering him like he's the number one overall pick. That's the problem I have. Y'all setting this man up. Y'all setting this man up to fail or to prosper. Like, I get it. Even if he, like, think about it. Let's say he's been scoring 10 points. That his 10 points will be looking like he scored 40 the way the coverage that he's getting. If you cover this man right, nobody would have an issue. Think about it. Why is he getting more coverage than what Reed Shepherd is doing?
And that's what we mentioned earlier. It's ridiculous, and it shouldn't be like that.
You dictate what we think, bro. We talk about
the media all the time.
We go, and that's their fault. And that's my rant about them, bro. We get it, y'all, bro. Let's be honest. How many people really watching the summer league? A lot of people really don't watch the summer league. They watch the highlights. They keep it going. They are focusing on what you tell them to focus on. Like we stated earlier, a lot of people is getting dunked on. Donovan Clingan, he's balling. Reed Shepherd, balling. Matisse for the Bulls, balling. Cam Whitmore, balling. It's people balling in the summer league that you're not focusing on at all. Like you told me, hold up, Jared McCain, he's actually balling, but what do we see from him?
TikToks. Hold on. I want to respond to one of the commenters because he said something in response to me saying that LeBron, like Bronny's taking this in stride. He says that's that bullshit. Taking what in stride? He is getting highlights for averaging a triple single. Exactly. That's the problem. Like Bronny's not doing anything different. He is handling this extremely well because he shouldn't be getting this coverage. And he's going out there and he's hooping, doing what he's supposed to do. Do you know how many other of these players would go out there crying and being like, yo, I'm being treated unfairly, or, I just don't understand. I just want to come out here and play basketball. Bro, he's going out there and it's still like he's having fun. He just went out there and won the Call of Duty tournament that they got out in Summer League. He is taking this in stride. He's out there he's just hooping. And that's what he's supposed to do.
Now think about it. Think about this, bro. Think about this, bro. We're talking about the second overall pick. Not second overall, a second round pick, right?
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be getting coverage. What second round pick that you know DJ Burns is in it? Is in okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you go to House of Highlights YouTube page, they have a highlight reel of Bronny. If you just said that he won't doing nothing and he not doing nothing, why they got a highlight reel of him? He didn't ask for this. He just hooping. We putting way too much emphasis on somebody that should not be getting coverage. If you want to take, like, once again, this is the time. Y'all told us this whole draft process that this draft class was trash. That's what y'all told us. This draft class is trash. There's no superstars in this draft. And some of these boys out there putting on highlights. You could be building up their profile.
Exactly. And you could be building the next generation.
But you're choosing not to. But you're choosing to focus on Bronny. And now all of a sudden you getting comments like he giving up triple singles. You feel what I'm saying? And he's not even wrong. He's not wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong. That's who we get to see. You feel what I'm saying? You plastering him in his face for no reason.
But that's not Bronny's fault. And so again, what I'm saying is he's still taking it in stride.
But I'm also not blaming the commenter either because they like bro, why is he getting highlighted? He trash. I'm not saying he's trash, but if that's how he felt, that's what he's seeing. Bro, you ain't hit a 3. You 0 for 14. Some of your threes been wide open, bricks, air ball. Like, what? You looking like a charity case. We not supposed to know that a second round, the 50 overall pick, we not supposed to know what he supposed to look like. We not supposed to be focused on him. You know how many undrafted people in two-way contract and people playing in the summer league that we're not focusing on?
But and again, this is the problem with the media, because again, like, you're also not allowing him time to develop. Again, like I mentioned earlier, it's been dudes that have it's been dudes that have been in the NBA, like been in the NBA, in the G League and stuff, who didn't really break out until they third time going to summer league.
Absolutely.
Taylor Horton Tucker, wasn't he like in his like third year when he finally got to the Lakers summer league, and that's what got him onto the roster?
He really blossomed, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
because it took him time. It took him time to grow. It took him time to get acclimated to the NBA game, bro. And my thing is, again, it's first round picks that ain't doing shit. But y'all not plastering them up. Y'all want to talk about somebody who sucks? Hey, why your first number 1 overall pick, like number 2 overall pick, number 8 overall pick? Why we can't talk about? Hey, why we not hearing from them? Why you not looking like what we thought you would?
But both of them freshmen looking like some French blood.
Some bullshit. But Bronny averaged 3 points in college. It's some college dudes. There's some dudes that went in the first round that averaged 3 points.
That
ain't doing shit. But it's Bronny, and again, that's not his fault.
Go ahead, take an intermission, bro.
All right.
We got Memphis right here, and all they added was Zach Edey. Zach Edey is looking exactly like, he's not looking exactly like Purdue Zach Edey, but he's definitely looking like a shot blocker that he's going to be, and he's going to ascend, playing alongside of Jaren Jackson. John Morant come back. They gonna make some noise. The Memphis Grizzlies is gonna ruin the West. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they got going on, whatever you think you got going on, Memphis is about to come ruin that. You know what I'm saying? For sure. We can go ahead. Miami Heat, my new team. They ain't did nothing. Lost Caleb Martin. He took less money. Lost Jillian Wright. Alec Burks. Khalil Ware's actually looking like something though. He looking like something in the summer league. I know it's the summer league, but you put him alongside, Bam Adebayo, man, they might got something. But yeah, it's looking real nasty in the Heat land. They really don't have no trade assets as well, like other than Tyler Hero and draft picks that nobody want. Like it's nasty. It's nasty for Miami, man. To be quite honest, they don't have no assets.
You sure know how to pick them, don't you?
I do, right? Just like when you, global warming, was just following your ass everywhere you went, just kept getting hotter. I don't know how the Bucks got a C, bro. Bro, the Bucks getting a C with the offseason that they had, it's crazy. Bro, they lost Malik Beasley. They lost Pat Beverly. What the fucking do? Pat Beverly had to take his ass overseas. That's how bad Pat Beverly is.
To Tel Aviv.
Bro, to where? You know what I'm saying? They got Torian Prince, Deleon Wright, somebody that can defend, and they went and got Gary Trent Jr. They went and got Gary Trent Jr. today on the vet minimum. They thought Gary Trent was going to get some taxpayer, the mid-level exemption or the taxpayer exemption, and he ended up signing for the for the vet minimum. I think that's terrible on Rich Paul's part,
right?
But
sometimes maybe a client over on some dumb shit, and he like, hey, I just want to go to a contender.
But I'm pretty sure that they think they guaranteed him a starting spot.
Yeah.
So you got Dame, Gary Trent Jr., Chris Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez. You got Torian Prince coming off the bench. Still got Bobby Portis coming off the bench. Deleon Wright coming off the bench. Now you actually have a team that ain't just top heavy. You have a team that's actually who you thought the Bucks would be. We always had the Bucks as one of the top 3 teams in the East, regardless. Now they might have went down a little bit on the pecking order based off other teams off seasons, but Giannis is still one of them. But the thing about Giannis is he has to stay healthy. This is the problem. His play style hasn't evolved, and he's getting older, and now these injuries start to come at the wrong time. Like, he was in the MVP running last year. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
And then he gets hurt at the end of the season, ruins their playoff chance. You know, Dame was on some bull. For some reason, he wasn't training in the off season. Like,
I don't know what happened with Dame last year, yo.
Like, he said it like he was like, I ain't really training in the off season because of my trade, and that makes no sense. And I know it in the middle of the season he didn't really want to be there. Your ass is there. So now you got a full off season. Giannis recovering. I mean, playing for Greece.
I do just want to go ahead and say I'm so happy that there was a GM that said, "No, I'm not trading you where you want to go. I'm trading you where I get the best deal."
I hate it. I mean, I'm a Dame fan. That's why I hate it. Like,
I know you're a Dame fan, but if this was anybody else, you would have been like, "Okay, I respect it."
Absolutely.
If it was anybody else, you would have been like, "Yeah, nah, trade. Hey, you go where I say you go."
But they did him a favor.
They did. He just want to be Florida. Well, I will say Florida don't got no state income tax.
That's fine. I get it.
And fresh off a divorce, send me to Miami.
Absolutely.
Send me to Miami. But if he didn't think he was gonna be ready in Milwaukee, you damn sure wasn't finna be ready in the Yams.
I gotta ask you something though.
What's up?
Gorilla shot her shot. Would you would have sealed the deal? If you were Dame, not you got to think of you like you AJ, but think of you as AJ as Dame.
Okay.
If that made sense.
I think I pick up what you're putting down.
Yeah. Talk to me now.
I am gonna just say
she shot her shot hard.
She shot her shot hard. You ain't just finna just call me, no, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna just shoot at me and I just like let that be an idle threat. And I'm fresh off a divorce.
That's the AJ shit. Go ahead, talk to her.
But when you ever send me on a mission and I let you down?
That's the AJ I know.
All right. So all I'm saying is you ain't finna shoot at me publicly.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna at least holler at you privately.
See, that's the thing. See, that's the AJ I know, because the AJ we know, we wouldn't have known what you did.
Oh, absolutely not. Ain't nobody's ever gonna know. But just know I ain't never gonna let you down.
This the problem that I got. We ain't got no song. You rap, bro. You rap. I'm talking about Dame.
It don't matter, because guess what?
What don't matter?
It don't matter because it's 95 degrees.
Bro, no. I'm talking about bare minimum. If he did, let's say now, we're talking about Dame now. Let's say he didn't seal the deal. What I'm gonna do is get a verse.
Why?
Why not?
Why does Dame need a verse from Glorilla? That ain't his audience.
It could be his audience. What? First off, she can rap. Let's say that. She can rap, bro. She can rap. Come on now. I'm about to say she can rap. He raps. Bare minimum, bro. I'm getting a verse. I'm getting a verse or I'm giving a verse. I'm doing something musically at bare minimum. She's one of the hottest female rappers at the time. I still do music. I want to sell records I'm not just putting out SoundCloud. I want to sell some records too. I'm doing a song, bro. I'm doing the song.
But see, then that's when the speculation starts because Glorilla shot her shot. And if anything did happen, and I'm trying to keep it low, I don't want to be, going. It's like when motherfuckers do a movie together, and they start falling in love. We've been in the studio putting this music together, even though 2024, you ain't got to be in the same studio to actually make a song no more.
This is what we defer. That's why I went to. I answered it as Hill for Dame. I might have aborted mission, some sort, but I'm getting this verse. I know for a fact if I'm Hill as Dame, somebody that raps, I got one of the hottest females hollering at me. Bare minimum, we got a summer anthem.
See, I'm gonna do it in reverse. I got one of the hottest females in the game hollering at me. I'm gonna publicly curve it. We not putting out no summer anthem.
Mm-hmm.
We might have us a little summer fling,
Hey.
and nobody's gonna be none the wiser.
Who's wrong in this situation?
I got I got a 3-day road trip in Memphis before we go to San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
you know what I'm saying? That right there, we talking about preference at this point.
We could put a little music out in 4 years when I retire. Just be like, hey, we got some old shit that we ain't never released.
I'm gonna tell you right that we went back. I went to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got an A. Once again, this is Bleacher Report's grades. I don't understand how they got an A. I don't know where they failed at. I would have, at bare minimum, they could have get a B, I guess, because I don't.
B minus, because I like the potential of Rob Dillingham.
I like to get in Joe Ingles, the end of replacement of Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, you get your Joe Ingles, get you a nice spot up shooter. He could knock down shots. Terrence Shannon Jr. That's solid, but like I said,
he been balling in summer league.
That's what I'm saying. He been balling in summer league.
We don't know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So like, it looks like to me upside play with Rob Dillingham and Terrence Shannon Jr. could keep this thing rolling, but I don't think that that's enough to give them the grade that they would have got. To me, that's still a B minus because you're going off of upside.
That's the weird part about it. Like, yeah, it's too much going. The Pelicans, I do see the B. I know you lost Jordan Valanciunas and you need a certified
center
because even Messi, rookie, we don't know what he's gonna be.
Right.
Daniel Tice, serviceable big, rotational big.
But can he step in and be your starter?
If that's your starting center, you have issues.
You are fucked.
And like you said, we do know that Zion has a injury history. So, like I say, depending on him as your big is a problem. But all things equal,
bring in DeJounte Murray.
That is the exact player that they needed, to be quite honest. I get it. They do need a big. But a DeJounte Murray with a CJ McCullough, still you have Brandon Ingram. I know they trying to trade him and I wouldn't trade him.
Yeah, to me, having Brandon Ingram with the talent that you have now, to me, it kind of having a DeJounte Murray opens up a lot in today's NBA. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so,
but Trey Murphy is looking like he's ready to emerge. And it seems like he can't emerge because Brandon Ingram is in the way. I get it. I like Trey Murphy. I still like the upside of Brandon Ingram above Trey Murphy. Herb Jones is one of the best defenders in the league. So you got a Herb Jones and a DeJounte on your defensive anchors.
And then you got Jose Alvarado too.
Oh, like you can't forget, like you said, you can't forget Jose, GCA. Man, this is something to get excited for. It's just the fact that once again, I don't know if trading a Brandon Ingram now gets you the return that makes you better.
What if okay? So I had to pull it up. So I brought their depth chart out.
Yeah.
So the depth chart is point guard, it's DeJounte Murray as your starter, CJ McCollum as your rotation piece, and Jose Alvarado as a rotation piece.
Yeah.
Shooting guard, you got Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
Small forward, you got Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy. Power forward, you got Zion, and center, you got Daniel Theus and V. Missy.
Mm-hmm.
What if you trade Brandon Ingram and you get another, maybe a stretch four and a starting caliber center, which would be DeJounte Murray, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion Williams, and that center. And then you got a stretch forward to replace, to kind of help when Zion Williamson is not, or you want to play small and play Zion Williamson at the 5.
In the context of the West, what does that get you?
I mean, in the context of the West, this shit, what does it get you?
This replaces the Clippers. Currently constructed. This team right here replaces the Clippers as that 4th, 5th seed, right?
Okay, so let me say this.
Talk to me.
You trade Brandon Ingram for a very solid starting caliber center, and you get 76 games from Zion Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
That still replaces the Clippers in my eyes. Because remember, you still got DeJounte Murray and CJ McCollum for your scoring to replace Brandon Ingram, along with the defense of Herb Jones. And now that ascension of Trey Murphy may be free. And like I said, 76 games of Zion Williamson, that's a 5th seed.
Okay, how sold are you on the ascension of Trey Murphy? No, it's just a question.
No.
In this context of your scenario, how confident are you in the assertion of Trey Murphy? I like him. I don't know if I love him.
So here, if I'm a C+ on the confidence of Trey Murphy, let's say Trey Murphy still gives you the production that he's been giving you, 15, 5, and 2.
Mm-hmm.
You're adding a 23, 5, and 6 from DeJounte Murray that you didn't have.
Correct.
That replaces Brandon Ingram.
All right.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So even if Trey Murphy doesn't ascend and he just plateaus, you've replaced Brandon Ingram's production with DeJounte Murray.
Okay.
Along with 76 from Zion Williamson. And then, like I said, then
you gotta
who knows what you get from that big that you brought in. That's all I'm saying. And I know this is just hypothetical.
And I'm not arguing with the hypothetical. I got another hypothetical for you.
What's that?
What about keeping Brandon Ingram and letting the free agent market dictate itself next year? Because nobody's going to have cap space next year. It's looking like nobody's going to have cap space. So that means for Brandon Ingram to get his money, he's going to have to sign and trade.
Mm-hmm.
So what about a sign and trade to whoever wants Brandon Ingram? Would that return and that signing trade would be better than a trade right now? Because right now, if you trade him right now, he wants a contract right now. So you're trading for Brandon Ingram and you're expecting to pay him. You don't have to pay him. You can gamble, do all that. But that's the expectations of what you're doing. The Pelicans can look at it like, hey, we ain't really getting what we want from you, but you can't just go walk to somebody and go get a max contract that you think you can get without a signing trade next year. which is beneficial? Which would you do now in that scenario? In that scenario, okay, they can't get a prime example, they can't get a Walker Kessler. Let's say they can't get a Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz, or they can't get a Wendell Carter Jr. from the Orlando Magic, right? These are the only really centers that they can really go after.
Right.
I got another scenario. I'm gonna wait. What would you rather do then, though? Because in that scenario, for me, I'd rather just keep Brandon Ingram.
Of course, I'm with you there. And like I said, you take Daniel, you take Daniel Theus, you take V, and hope that you can get a full season out of Zion, and maybe some of that goes to small ball 5 and whatever the case may be.
Wait, what's really going to answer that scenario?
What
seed are we?
Yeah.
When it comes to the trade deadline, what seed are we? Because then on that flip side, Brandon Ingram's potential, what he can bring to a team, is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a Pascal Siakam type of thing. It's like, all right, man, we ain't trade you in the offseason, we ain't trade you last year, but trade deadline, yeah, we just traded you to the Pacers because they think that they are actually contenders. And what happened? They end up going to the Eastern Conference Finals because of the addition of Pascal Siakam. So a team could look at themselves and be like, hey, you know what? We right on the cuff. Or on the flip side, the Pelicans would look like, hey, look, man, bro, we the damn 8th seed right now in the West. We need to go ahead and get rid of Brandon Ingram now.
Yeah.
So his value is only going to increase.
It will fluctuate, yeah.
Depending on how you got to think about, he does have injury history as well. So it's like, Knicks, man.
I give him an A. Remember who said Mikal Bridges would be the perfect New York Knick?
You was the one that said it. You was the one that said it.
Okay.
You said it, and they ended up getting it. The Knicks, man. The Knicks did. The Knicks. If you are a Knicks fan, like you shouldn't even be able to talk to a Knicks fan, bro. Like Knicks fans are talking to you crazy right now. Like they are so ecstatic. They are full Knick mode. Like, and they have every right to be in full Knick mode. That's the
man.
That's the beauty of it, man. I love this team. I love what they did. They do need another big.
Yeah, losing Isaiah, that hurt.
That hurt. It only hurt because Julius Randle got hurt. And I'll say that because Isaiah Hartenstein, because he can actually, you can run things through him. He can score. You can throw it to the paint, and he can actually give you something.
He can. He can put it up.
So now that the fact that Julius Randle is back, the loss really isn't that strenuous to me. You have a Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson is still one of the best shot blockers in the league. He can play his role.
If only he was doing the shit that he was doing in the gym, in the NBA game. That motherfucker might be Elijah Wan.
They do need a backup big. They do need some backup big. They need some depth. Yeah. They need some depth in the backup big position, period. Center and power forward. Yeah. But currently constructed, this team is Eastern Conference Finals.
Or bust.
Or, yeah, for sure. And we know for a fact that they should have went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They just ran out of players. You know what I'm saying? It happened. Can we talk about this right quick, though? Can I go first?
By all means. Please. I'll even go on mute.
Nah, you don't have to go on mute. Listen, yo. I'm never going to advise anybody to give up $100 million. Giving up $100+ million that he actually gave up was wow. I'm also one of the ones that are definitely in, I would sacrifice for the team if it guarantees, the moves. I'm one of those ones that'll take less. I'm only talking about the NBA contracts because these contracts are guaranteed. He made his money. I'm not a greedy person. You think about the length of his contract. He already banked up $200 million, bro. With $200 million, bro, you don't really need nothing else. And he's good in New York already right now. Think about what they were saying last year. Should have been an MVP candidate. They wild on that. But think about what the Knicks were saying. Knicks fans were saying. He was already one of the best Knicks in Knicks history last year. So I'm not one of the ones. Of course, I'm always the one. I would take the less money to keep my team intact. I would do that. But what I'm not about to advise is to take $100 million less.
Okay.
I think
113 million.
I know, to be exact. I think what he should have did, we should have waited to sign his extension, and all he should have did was take the number that would have just kept them under the second apron. That's all he should have did, and that's what he wanted to do. I'm fine. There's a lot of collusion going on around this, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Leon Rose, you know what I'm saying, hired his daddy. His daddy's a coach. Leon Rose's son is Jalen Brunson's agent. It's too much going on in the family. Like you say, I get it. Hey, even Mikal Bridges is thinking about taking the team-friendly deal. This is the before you go.
I'm sorry.
I know. This is the only they have to win. And now, as a matter of fact, they don't even have to win. They have to at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I would say they would have to get to the finals for this to work. And it's not even in the context of they took less money, so they better win. It's the fact that the front office really can't even make moves that maybe can benefit the team without their consideration. Think about it. They can't move Josh Hart to get an upgrade. They can't move with Dante DiVincenzo to get an upgrade. I just took less for you to pay them. So you about to just piss me off, alienate me after I just took less for you to pay my boys? Man, that handcuffed the front office. So they have to win to justify taking this less money. Because if not,
and that's also my thing. It's like, okay, you got all my college partners here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, I'm not taking less for you to move on from DiVincenzo. I'm not taking less for you to move on from Josh Hart. And I'm not taking less for you to move, to not pay Mikal Bridges eventually.
Yeah.
So, is Josh Hart going to start?
No.
So who are you going to bring in to start above Josh Hart?
Mikal Bridges.
All right. So Mikal Bridges. So you're paying Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart to pay the same position, basically.
Josh Hart wasn't a starter initially anyway.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, in the grand scheme of like taking less, you get what I'm about to say? It's about to be a pecking order, right?
Okay.
So I'm at the top. Who's number 2 in that pecking order? Mikal Bridges.
Well, OG took his max.
Right.
And then he didn't take his full max technically as well either, but he took his max.
And that's where I was gonna go. So what I was gonna say, because that's where I was gonna go. Like, so you have Mikal already talking about less, but you got OG. So you got Jalen Brunson, you got OG, you got Mikal. What you gonna do with Julius Randle?
He's already under contract.
What you gonna do to replace Isaiah Hartenstein?
Julius Randle's returning. Hartenstein wasn't a starter till he wasn't a starter.
But
till people got hurt.
What are you going to do to replace that?
Julius Randle.
No. What I'm saying is Hartenstein took his place while he was hurt. But Randall's back and Hartenstein's gone. So there's still a void.
Now you have the option, but now you're not even a second apron team. You have an opportunity to go make some moves. You still got trade assets. You still have assets that you can go acquire people. You're given the flexibility to do things. You may not be able to just
okay. So let me not take the scenic route here. You doing all of this for flexibility and possibilities and hypotheticals for 113 million. I'd be damned. I would never do that for some shit that may not ever happen.
But we already stated that. Don't go that route. We already stated that giving up 113 was crazy. We already stated that. But now that he's done it, think about the aspect of what can they do now? They have the flexibility to still do things, though. Now you think, okay, let's go your route.
It just don't make sense to me.
Let's go your route. He takes all the money, and all of a sudden they don't win. Let's say he takes all the money, and then they don't win. So now you're stuck with just Jalen Brunson, OG. Let's say Julius Randle's still under contract. Now everybody got to fill out with vet minimums.
How long you got Mikal Bridges?
He's on. You can pull it up, but he's under contract right now. But I'm think about it. You don't have you don't have him long. Think about it. I'm saying that you don't have him long. I'm going off the big contract. So now you have those big three with this new CBA. All you're going to have is vet minimums. So you're not going to be able to afford Dante DiVincenzo. You're not going to be able to afford Josh Hart. You don't have any depth. You got to hope for Gary Trent Jr. to sign on a vet minimum.
So you have Mikal Bridges. You got Mikal Bridges for this year and next year.
Mm-hmm.
And here's my thing. And what do we all like we said, it's Eastern Conference Finals are bust for them right now, right?
Absolutely.
To me, $113 million ain't good. Like, that's not worth Eastern Conference Finals or bust to me.
No. It's Eastern Conference Finals the bust for us because we're giving them realistic expectations. For them, it's championship or bust. Well, no, it's finals or bust.
No, not for no 113. Okay, maybe for them. For Jalen, if I'm gonna speak for me. No. I'm Jalen Brunson for $113 million. I'm not playing just to go to the finals. I need a ring to justify me leaving $113 million on the table.
But if you go by the reports of how he operates, money has never been the option for him, because I think that the Mavericks did him a favor by not taking none of the offers that he tried to take. He offered them, I think if one of them offers was $55 million a contract.
Mm-hmm.
They said no. Mm-hmm. Now think about that, bro. They could have got him for a steal, and they never would have had to deal with, they never would have had to go get Kyrie. They could have been dealing with Bronson and Luka and had the same type of results. But they did him a favor, like, bro, go get your money.
But here's the thing also. Jalen Brunson may have, like, if Jalen Brunson would have never gotten to the point where he could get $269 million if he stayed in Dallas, because he wouldn't be able to be the focal point the way he is. He earned, they wasn't just about to give him $269 million. His play, being in the MVP conversation, him being who he was, earned him the opportunity to get $269 million. And to me, if I earn something, I'm not going to leave it on the table just to be nice to help out some other people. It's the same thing that we say in football, dog. Hey, I come out here and play. Front office, you front office. Go navigate and find the talent.
But we do understand that the salary caps in football and the NBA are totally different.
I absolutely understand that. And guess what? My money is guaranteed in basketball. So guess what?
Exactly.
So when I signed for $269 million, guess what's gonna end up in my bank account at the end of 5 years?
269 million. But once again, the way he moves, you can tell his money is not the thing for him. And this new CBA, if people want to value championships, they may have to start doing the same thing. Go ahead. You can say it, and I'm going to agree with you. Let the GMs do their job. I get it. I'm not about to argue that point. I'm just saying, if the players are going to value playing with better players, are going to start teaming up. This teaming up thing ain't just go away.
Exactly.
So if you want to play with your man, how often do you get to play with your college teammates without y'all being old?
Guess what?
I'm listening.
I played with y'all in college. This ain't college no more. I played with a couple of them in the NBA already. This shit was amazing.
That's your.
But this is the goal. This is where we play. This is what we played for, to get to this goal. And I don't know about you. I played for free. Jalen Brunson played for free.
He's not playing for free though, bro. He's still
no. I'm saying he played for free. He played before NIL.
He did.
He played before, all of that stuff. So now this is the time where I actually, I played my entire life for free. So now this is my only time to get to the highest earning potential that I possibly have. And so for me personally, all I'm saying is I'm not leaving no money on the table. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think has a better chance at winning the championship? SGA or Jalen Brunson?
Jalen Brunson?
I disagree.
I understand you disagree. I mean,
because the reason why I disagree is because I believe even with Jalen Brunson taking $113 million less, I believe with the assets that the Oklahoma City Thunder have, SGA's window is open for a very long time for them to do what they need to do without him sacrificing a single penny.
That's how they would set up.
But that's what I'm saying.
No. That's a totally different situation. Because you split situations. If you put SGA with the Knicks, it's the same thing.
What I'm saying is I'm not splitting the situations. I picked those situations for a reason.
Which conference is tougher?
Huh?
Which conference is tougher?
The Western Conference is tougher. But the point that I brought up on the last podcast is their setup for victory is because even once you pay Chet and SGA the full max, you still have all of these different assets that you can to move around, take shots at cheap, high level talent where you can do that. And so what I'm saying is, hey, I understand that, hey, we going for it with, the Villanova Knicks for the next 2 years. Jalen Brunson signing that deal, that wouldn't have stopped them keeping Mikal Bridges for the next 2 years.
Yes, it would have.
No, it wouldn't. He was already there.
If they
with the contract that he had. He's under
Mikal was under contract, but once again, we now you're not factoring in the luxury tax of the CBA and everything.
But even if Jalen Brunson signs his 5-year deal, they're just going to go into that apron, right?
Yeah.
But that don't stop them from keeping the guys that they already have.
For that season. He's not thinking about just one season. He's thinking about the duration of his career.
Exactly. But with that 5 years, after next season, Mikal is gone. And Mikal's 30.
him being 30, he ain't no running back.
I know he's not no running back, but what I'm saying is go for it now and move on. I'm okay. Maybe I just.
You're not. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. Like I said, you're not saying like think about which. I said it in the beginning. You're not. I'm not giving up 113 million. I said I would have gave up something to keep it under the apron. If I would have got to the maximum I could have got to keep him under the apron, cool. That's what I would have been okay with. But if you want to play with his man's, pause.
That's crazy.
Then what's the problem? What if they win? We ain't think about that. What if they win?
They don't.
No.
Because I've thought about that. I've thought about what if they win.
Exactly.
I still want $113 million.
But what if they win?
You still don't have $113 million.
He possibly could get $113 million back just by winning in New York.
But you don't get that $113 million you left. You got a different $113 million. If you win with the $113 million, you get another $113 million. That's $226 million.
We can move on, bro. You ain't gonna you're not gonna grasp it. I get it.
It's nothing to grasp. He let it go.
But what if they win?
Then you got a ring that you're going to have to sell because you ain't keep $113 million.
You have to say you're going to have $200 million in the bank.
How do we know?
He already got that.
It ain't $220 million. He probably spent it.
He probably. Now we okay. That's what we doing now. Like say 150, that's 300. Okay, he spent $50 million. Come on, man.
And it still ain't 113.
I get it. Okay, he can still do the same thing that he want to do. Like he's good. He could be white. He could be Clyde Frazier for the Knicks, bro. Getting money. His entire career, he's great.
Not no bum ass suits. That shit wasn't $113 million worth of suits.
That's his fault buying them suits. Anybody
G-suits. How cheap?
I'm just at what I had to definitely make myself clear. 113 is crazy, but sacrificing for your mans, and if they win from the drought that the Knicks had, and if they win, man, come on, bro.
So, if your job was like, hey.
My job ain't about millions, bro. My job ain't about millions.
If this job was like, hey, we can bring your peoples on, but we'll bring Trey and Dub on.
Mm-hmm.
They'll make $100K and we'll pay you $80K. Or they can go out to the job force, find a job. And we'll pay you $250K a year, but they just got to go find their own job. Which one you gonna do?
If you think that's the same thing as dealing with millions,
it's
nothing I can deal with, bro. And you got it.
I said $250K.
I said, then you got it, bro. $250K. You talking about me getting a job for $250K and then go find a job? That was your scenario.
Or they can get 100. Or they can get 100. You sacrifice for your mans. You're not gonna sacrifice for your mans?
Right. In this scenario that you notice is a bad scenario.
You're not gonna sacrifice for your mans?
No. This is a bad scenario.
All right.
You notice it's a bad scenario.
They already got jobs, don't they?
They make more than me. That's why I noticed the bad scenario, but I didn't want to say it was going to be
okay. They make more than you, so get your money.
Even still, even if they did make more than me, if we're using that as that scenario, that's a terrible scenario. You have way better scenarios than that. You know you could have came up with something better than that. I know you better than that, and you know you could have did that. That was terrible. You know that was terrible. That was one of your worst ones ever. We just move on.
All right. Hey, shit.
Who's next? We know I already got them in the Western Conference Final.
Get them up out the way.
The Magic, shouts out to them.
I give them another A. I agree.
Losing Markel is I think it's going to be more tougher than what they alluding to, but they got KCP. I think so too, but I mean, Texas, we already talked about them.
Yeah,
they working, and then I think since the last part they ended up getting Caleb Martin.
Yeah, that was a good pickup.
Yeah,
I think they got Andre Drummond since the last pod too.
That is also true. They got Robert Covington need to bring his ass back. I don't know what he thinking and where he think he gonna go, but okay.
Yeah.
Someone's got a B plus. Talk to him.
I don't know how the fuck we got a B plus.
Getting Monte Morris.
I understand we got Monte Morris, but I don't know if that. And Monte Morris and Mason Plumlee, I don't know if that's a B plus in my eyes. Okay, how about wait. With the financial situation we in and the cash strappedness that we may have endured, okay, maybe because you got high level players for what you can afford, if that makes sense. So okay, cool, sure, B plus.
For the money that Drew Eubanks got, bye. And getting Mason Plumlee.
Well, but Drew was going to Utah. Drew Eubanks is a Utah player, if you know what I mean.
Yep, I know.
So they was gonna pay him.
Yeah, they can pay him.
They need to be investigated.
Blazers. I don't know how they got to be
bouncing back from the tank.
Where the hell did Malcolm Brogdon go?
Was it a trade?
I don't remember.
Nah, I remember. I just can't remember where.
Was it the Wizards?
Yep. Yeah. That's where he went. He went to the Wizards.
He got traded in the Denny Giavija trade.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. All right. They paying way too much money too to be trash.
Oh, 100%.
So they gotta make some moves. They can figure out. Pretty sure Jeremy Grant gonna be on the block. He got more years in his contract, so I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
Yeah,
you got they gotta clear up some cash. Y'all paying way too much to
be ass cheeks.
Yeah, nah, this is nasty. Kings. So glad DeMar DeRozan came home.
And y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Who the hell is y'all didn't deserve him neither? Why you keep saying that shit?
But nah, I like what they did, bringing in DeMar DeRozan. I actually like the Jordan McLaughlin pick that they had too. So I think they'd be all right.
What about the defense? Do you have any concerns about the defense?
Of course I have concerns about the defense. That's why I said they'll be all right. I ain't say they're gonna be great.
I think they was I think they overachieved the year before.
Yeah. And they tried to speed up the clock.
But they ended up being a playing team. They ended up slipping and didn't lose. They lost. They didn't make the playoffs. I think they're a better team technically on paper with the DeRozan over Harrison Barnes.
I'm taking DeRozan over Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, but it's like defensively, they
lose a little bit.
But they have Mike Brown. Like Mike Brown, that's the whole reason why you are a coach is your defense.
Yeah, that's what you told me about Frank Vogel.
Yes. Man. Did he?
I was like, all right, man. All right.
Play the fuck up. Was it my fault? Hey, whatever. He going now. I think it is what it is. Spurs, how Spurs get an A, bro? I'll give. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Getting Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes does help. Same thing we did with the Pistons. You got adults in the room, right?
Okay.
We got adults in the room. We do know if Chris Paul is remotely healthy, he gonna have 15 assists to Wemby alone. Harrison Barnes, serviceable adult. You do saying Stephon Castle, he can learn under Chris Paul. They have,
I'm biased because this was my guy coming out the draft, but from Florida State, Devin Vassell, good defender. If he can take a step and mature his offensive game, that's just going to be another piece. And playing with Chris Paul, him being kind of like that slasher, maybe he can learn. You say Stephon Castle learning from Chris Paul. Maybe Devin Vassell can learn from Harrison Barnes a little bit, being that 3-and-D defender.
Yeah.
And get a shot and just learn how to be that adult and pro. Who knows?
That's the thing. Having them, having that adult in the room could help them. I think they're still gonna be trash. I think they're just gonna be a little bit better than what they were. That's all.
Yeah.
The Raptors, I think, is sneaky. I think we keep forgetting about them. Re-signing Emmanuel Quickly. You got a full season of Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett. Scotty Barnes is ascending. You know what I'm saying? Still got Jakob Poeltl as a center. You know what I'm saying? You got Davion Mitchell. You got him from from Sacramento. Breath of fresh air. This is a sneaky 6 seed type of team in the East. Am I reaching?
Because we've said a lot of teams are sneaky in the East, but the reason why I think is because that bottom half of the East is kind of jumbled. So a lot of teams could be in that mix there.
Because you got, we got the Celtics, Sixers, Knicks, Bucks, Pacers. We got those as the top 5, right? That's 5.
Right.
We got the Cavs,
the Hawks, the Magic.
We got the Magic. Okay, that's 7 right there that I just named. That's 7 solidified. You mean to tell me that the Raptors can't be there with the Hawks and the Heat and whoever else that we said?
You said the Hornets.
And the Hornets, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're not on the level as the West, but that sounds like the West to me, bro. Like I get it. The records is going to be, different.
A little bit different. It's definitely going to be competitive.
But it don't make it no difference what the West look like. The West was still top heavy. The contenders were still at the top. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I don't give a damn about the 6 seed, the 7 seed, or West. Yeah, the 7 seed to be, they got a way better record than the 3rd seed in the East. So you still ain't better than nobody in the West. So you really not a really contender.
Yeah.
So what? All right, I could be reaching.
I don't care about anything Utah. I'm sorry.
Utah blowing it up, man. I mean,
it's fucking Utah.
Well, they thought they was blowing it up. They had Walker Kessler on the block. You know what I'm saying? They could get something for Walker Kessler. They asked way too much for Lauri Marketing, but I mean, that asking price that they asked from the Warriors was crazy.
Yeah, that was next level.
Excuse me. I don't really see too many teams that could either offer that or was willing to offer that. But we got till August 6th. I think August 6th is when he can sign his contract extension, and then that'll be he can only be trade eligible right when the trade deadline is. So we'll see what happens when it comes to him. Me personally, I think they should go ahead and keep him, and they're still going to be trash. You know what I'm saying? So they still be able to tank and still get somebody else to build.
Right, to fill him.
But I mean, Danny Ainge is Danny Ainge. You know what you're dealing with when it comes to him. All right, 30th team, the Wizards, bro. Y'all trash.
Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I mean,
bro.
y'all did get Jonas Valanciunas, Malcolm Brogdon, still got Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still gonna be trash in the East.
Yeah, who cares? It's the fucking Wizards. I'm not spending time on them.
Yeah, it is what it is. But man, I already gave my loser. You got a loser other than the Nuggets before we move on?
Moving on. Like, nah. Let's see. Who did I have as a loser? I had it written down. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. I had no. Oh, yeah. That's my loser.
Who?
It wasn't a team.
It was us?
No, it was just a player. Jonas Valanciunas. What the fuck was you doing?
You did it on purpose.
But what? Why would you do that on purpose?
I guess they was the only team that was willing to give him 3 years. I mean, I know he took less than the mid-level exception when it comes to reality, technically, but some team might have offered him the mid-level exception for 1 year. He went and he said, hey, look, I'm getting older. They offered me 3 years. Let me go get them 3 years, solidified in the bank like AJ taught me to do. You know what I'm saying? Go get my money, and they probably use me as a trade asset. Think you want? That's what you want to do? You want to get money, right? You want to get the money, right?
I hope they use him as a trade asset because, boy, if you spend that 3 years in DC, you don't seem like the Rose Bowl type, my boy.
Wow, he got the money. You told him to get the money, right?
He don't seem like he gonna be in there though.
He gonna save his money.
I think he could have got more than the mid-level exception though.
Hell no.
Oh, all right.
Because if he could, he would. You don't just pick the Wizards. You don't just pick the Wizards, bro.
That's why it's just weird to me. Because it's just weird to me. But hey,
I understand. Hey, hell, he was on the list for the Lakers for LeBron to take left foot, but that was only for 1 year. That was only for 1 year. That's $11.5 million for 1 year. You're like, or should I get this 3 year for 30?
Right.
Didn't he already win a championship?
Yeah, because wasn't he with the Raptors?
Get your money, man. Like AJ taught you, right? I know you're not talking about he should be out here trying to play.
I feel like he could have got his money elsewhere, but maybe I'm tripping.
He started early in free agency.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did you even try? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he exhausted all of his options.
When I said it for James Wiseman, you told me hurry up and go ahead and do you get signed.
Because he's not James Wiseman.
He's still on his other.
Okay, so here's my thing. Jalen Brunson took less. So you can bring it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Would the Knicks still have to pay him the mid-level exception for 1 year?
They don't have an exception.
I don't even know if I can do the simulator now because he's already signed.
I don't think they had any exceptions because they didn't lose anybody. Anything they might have had the taxpayer exception, if anything, but they didn't have no mid-level because they didn't lose anybody in free agency, and especially when signing OG for the max, they didn't have any. They might have had the taxpayer, if anything, they might have had the tax, but I don't think they had. But that much because they had to do a signing trade to get Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
They had to go sign Shake Milton just to make the money work to get to get Mikal Bridges just so they wouldn't be under the second apron. So they had to do some money maneuvering to make this thing work. So I don't think I know they didn't have the mid-level. They would have had to have OG take OG would have had to do a LeBron for them to get the mid-level. And he took his full max. He took a max. They might have had the taxpayer. And if they had the taxpayer ain't number 5.
Okay. All right.
But they don't need Jonas. They need a backup big. They still have Mitchell Robinson.
I'm just not high on Mitchell Robinson, but
I understand. But if Mitchell Robinson...
Oh, and another team that we mentioned, what we did mention when we talked about East, you said the Raptors was going to be a sneaky team, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was you about to talk about them again?
Oh. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Team USA.
Pish posh.
I had a question about Team USA, though.
What's up?
Are you worried about Team USA?
No.
Not even a little bit?
I just feel like it was a close game against Australia, and I know people are worried and stuff like that.
It was a close game against Canada as well.
And a close game against Cooper Flag.
That was scrimmage. I don't know.
Yeah. Y'all figure it out. Get it done. I don't care. It's a gold medal. It's not the NBA championship. I don't care about the Olympics unless it's track.
I think that's not the problem. I think that's the luxury that they have, that they can just play around right now.
Yeah.
We still don't know the starting lineup. Like, they're playing around with lineups, and they have the luxury to just continue to play around with lineups, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I think that's their problem, though. I think that's what scares. I think that's 5% scares me, is the fact that they think they're so damn good
that
they can be complacent and just they think they can just flip a switch. Now, cool. They have enough players that they can maneuver a lineup, and they can just keep, get it popping just like that. But
right.
Once again, I think they started off against Canada trash. End up being a close game against Australia. Like, okay, y'all keep playing around. I get it. It's the exhibition part of the Olympics. They're not even in France yet.
But it's only going to get tougher.
Like, these other teams ain't playing.
Yeah.
Because they can't play. They can't play around.
And they got a little more cohesion.
So with Kawhi gone, do we really got to talk about them not picking up Jaylen Brown?
Bro, no, I don't care.
Like, do we understand that he did this on himself, or what? Like,
did it to himself? Who knows? But
I mean, ain't no who knows. He did it. Like, you ain't gonna keep talking about the sponsor and think the sponsor gonna be like, yeah, let's pick him up. Like, let's be honest. Like, you're not gonna keep talking about the sponsor and think the sponsor gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna disregard that, and we're gonna just put you on the team. Like, that's just obvious.
Yeah. So
but also
finals MVP, you courtside with Kaiser and Angel Reese, dog. Enjoy your summer.
Summer is lit, but the optics are not good.
Optics.
They have to win this year. The Celtics have to win this year. I want to save it till we got it. Celtics have to win.
Or what?
They're gonna have to. First off, they're gonna blow it up because they never wanted to play the luxury tax anyway. So you think they're gonna just keep paying the luxury tax and they ain't winning? No. They got to go back to back. They got to keep winning for them to keep paying the luxury tax. Let them lose. Somebody's gone, bro.
KG, Ray, and Paul, they got one, and they all ended up in Brooklyn. It happens.
Exactly. So you just proved my point.
I'm saying like I didn't see this as a dynasty. I didn't see this team as a dynasty winning multiple championships.
Yeah, we didn't see that.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, cool. Somebody got to go. All right. It's part of the game, man. Like
it's part of the game, but he ain't helping. They ain't helping the optics.
Shit, half the time they wasn't helping the optics prior to the contracts.
They wasn't helping the optics then, but that's the rallying cry. Like, you know what?
Yeah, you rallied, you cried, the battle's over. Now somebody got to go. It's the same. And you know, they say you ain't helping the optics. Jason Tatum, he was like, hey, nah, I ain't even talked to the nigga. Hey, shit, we got, you know, good players here. So all right, cool. Yeah. Y'all both got y'all 300 million. Somebody gonna go. Cool.
And it definitely don't help that you done brought everybody else other than you. I done won Finals MVP. I done won Conference Finals MVP, and everybody get invited except me. Yeah, the optics was horrible.
If they could have brought Porzingis, they would have.
Who your starting lineup?
My starting lineup, I'm going with the OGs. I'm going Steph. Kawhi ain't there no more, but
nope.
I'm biased. I'm going Steph. I'm going Booker. I'm going KD. I'm going LeBron, and I'm going AD.
So where you getting your defense from that starting lineup?
Man,
okay, nothing about defense, huh?
We better than it, bro. It's USA, dog.
You still got to defend.
We'll bring Bam and Joel in after.
Bro, Joel, we see him like he might not even need to play.
I know. And then you still got Drew. You still got Ant. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. I think I like your starting lineup, but I would replace Booker with Ant. Because we do know Ant is a capable defender. And on this team, he could be that defender for that starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Be like, hey,
100%. But to me, this is one of those things where, like, man, you can. It's like I said, it's the USA. You can do full out hockey lineup changes because you do that, and then the next thing you know, you're bringing in Ant, Jason Tatum, or Ant, you know, Drew Holiday, Ant, Jason Tatum, Bam, and Joel.
You sound like cocky and bragging, and you want us to do hockey lineup. And okay, keep playing with him, man. Keep playing with him. Next thing you know, Yugoslavia out here taking your ass to the fourth quarter.
You ain't deserve to be there if you got Yugoslavia taking to the fourth quarter when they shouldn't even be here no more.
All right, we already did our lineup. Cool. We did that. Nah, I'm not doing that yet.
I say, boy, we about to have a 3-hour pod.
Where is it at? Where we want to go boxing or we want to go?
It don't matter, yo.
I'm here. We're gonna break this all up anyway, y'all. Y'all good, man. Have you seen? I've only watched the first 2 episodes of Receiver right now.
Yeah, man. So I haven't finished it.
I said me either. I said only watch the first 2.
Yeah. Boy, Devontae giving it up, ain't he? Devontae giving it up, ain't he? Patrick Mahomes could never.
You know what's crazy? Every time that he got mad, I could it's like you know the devil in the on your shoulder. I don't get the good person on the shoulder. All I can get is Cannon's voice, bro. I told your ass not to go there. That's all. And you know when they sent the clip, the clips were circulating once it dropped. And Cannon had sent it to me. He was like, I told his ass
don't go there.
And I be trying to defend him. I'm like, yo, he didn't sign up for that. He was like, bro, I don't care. I told him don't go there.
Because it's still the fucking Raiders, dog.
It's the funny, but he went to go play with his man's pause.
And got him immediately the fuck out of there.
They did him dirty like that. That lets you know the front office is just in that, yo. Like you mean to tell me that you really thought that Jimmy G was gonna be serviceable like a Derek Carr? Like that lets you know everything about this whole pecking order was just trash. I mean, Josh McDaniels.
My man said, "Hey, dog, put me in with Aiden O'Connell.
Bro, I ain't never
to save my life.
I ain't never been hit like this in my career, bro. And they be showing that when they showed that wide open joint. It's like it was like, yo, when gets the Lions and he missed them so bad, and I'm looking, I'm like, Jimmy, how? Like, how did you over? Because I'm looking at the pocket. The pocket was clean and everything. You couldn't underthrow him,
bro. Throw a line drive and hit him in the face mask,
bro. You couldn't throw a duck.
Nobody was there, bro. I could have did that.
Shouts out to Kyle Shanahan, bro. He had people really thinking that Jimmy G was all right, like serviceable. Like I ain't saying that Jimmy G was great, but he had like a winning record with Jimmy G. It had Jimmy G.
He went to a Super Bowl
with Jimmy G. That's a ring out of the gate. He needed a duplicate.
Bro, you took that man to a Super Bowl. And that's another thing where people, hey, bro, y'all better be careful with that Brock Purdy shit. Y'all ain't learned.
Oh, Brock looks he looks 10 times better than Jimmy G, bro.
I understand he looks 10 times better, but it's where he looks 10 times better. It's in this offense. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's not act like this offense ain't this offense.
Okay, I gotta pee.
Can we go home?
Hey, we can go home.
I can record another day, bro. It's 2 hours.
Y'all catching all major podcast platforms. 3-Man Weave. Instagram to the 3-Man.
This man home alone and we try to kidnap me, dog.
Who at your house?
Nobody.
Exactly. Catch us on home major podcast. Don't blame me.
When I said I was home alone, I thought we was just gonna like I was gonna drink and I was gonna fellowship. But this nigga said, hey, we finna pod till midnight, boy.
We are out hitting.
He was scrolling through them topics. I'm like, oh man, save me. Hell